Beyoncé Giselle Knowles was born on September 4, 1981 in Houston, Texas. And Robin Rihanna Fenty was born on February 20, 1988 in St. Michael, Barbados. They are two of the biggest artists of the past 2 decades. In this video, we'll look at their history and compare them in multiple categories: chart performance, sales, total streams, critic score, award achievements, and touring, to decide who has had the biggest impact on pop music. In 1995, Beyoncé appeared on the TV show Star Search with her group Girls Time. On October 5, 1995, Grassroots Entertainment signed the group, and they changed their name to Destiny's Child in 1996. Destiny's Child released their self-titled debut album in February 1998. It peaked at number 67 on the US Billboard 200 and was certified platinum by the RIAA. They then released The Writings on the Wall on July 27, 1999. To date, the album has sold 6.4 million copies in the United States. In 2001, Destiny's Child dropped their third album, Survivor. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 663,000 copies. Beyoncé's first solo recording was a feature on Jay-Z's song, All Three Bonnie and Clyde, released on October 2002. On June 23, 2003, Beyoncé dropped her first solo album, Dangerously in Love. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 317,000 copies. Also in 2003, Rihanna was discovered in her home country of Barbados after performing renditions of Destiny's Child's Emotion and Mariah Carey's Hero.
And then a hero comes along.
Beyoncé returned to her group to release their last album, Destiny, on November 15, 2004. The album has sold over 7 million copies worldwide. In 2005, Rihanna was signed to Def Jam by Jay-Z, who was the president at the time. Rihanna released her debut album, Music of the Sun, on August 12, 2005. She then released A Girl Like Me on April 10, 2006. It debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200, selling 115,000 copies in its first week. Beyoncé's second solo album, B-Day, was released on September 4, 2006. It debuted with 541,000 copies in its first week. Good Girl Gone Bad is the third studio album by Rihanna, released on May 31, 2007. To date, the album has sold 9 million album units worldwide. In 2008, Beyoncé was at her peak when she dropped I Am Sasha Fierce on November 12. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 482,000 copies in its first week. Rihanna released her fourth studio album, Rated R, on November 20, 2009. It debuted at number 4 on the US Billboard 200 charts, with first week sales of 181,000 copies. She then released Loud on November 12, 2010. As of 2011, the album has sold 8 million copies worldwide. Beyoncé dropped 4 on June 24, 2011. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 310,000 copies. Rihanna released Talk That Talk on November 18, 2011. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 with first week sales of 198,000 copies. She then dropped Unapologetic on November 19, 2012, selling 238,000 copies in its first week. Beyoncé released her self-titled album, Without Warning, on December 13, 2013. The album was groundbreaking for having a video for every single song on the album. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 3-day sales of 617,000 copies. Rihanna released her most recent album, Anti, on January 28, 2016. It has sold more than 11 million album equivalent units worldwide. Beyoncé then dropped Lemonade on April 23, 2016. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 653,000 copies. This is her best album. When Solange's album, A Seat at the Table, went to number 1 on October 2016, Solange and Beyoncé became the first sisters to have both had number 1 albums. Beyoncé dropped a collaborative project with her husband Jay-Z, Everything Is Love as the Carters, on June 16, 2018. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, earning 123,000 album equivalent units. Beyoncé released her most recent album, Renaissance, on July 29, 2022. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 332,000 album equivalent units. Now let's compare their achievements. First is chart performance. On the Billboard Hot 100, Beyoncé has 8 number 1 songs and Rihanna has 14, so Rihanna wins that. Beyoncé has 20 top 10 hits while Rihanna has 31. Rihanna wins that. Beyonce has a total of 81 entries. Rihanna has 62, so Beyonce wins that. And on the Billboard 200 albums chart, Beyonce has 7 #1 albums, while Rihanna has 2. Beyonce wins that. The next is career sales. Beyonce has 171 million units sold as a solo artist and 60 million with Destiny's Child. And Rihanna has 250 million units sold, so Rihanna wins that. And for the total streams on Spotify, Beyonce has 17.1 billion streams on Spotify, and Rihanna has 28.4 billion total streams on Spotify, so Rihanna wins that. And as for the critics, Beyonce's average score on allmusic.com is 4 stars, while Rihanna's is 3.8, so Beyonce wins that. For total award wins, Beyonce has won 83 major awards, and Rihanna has won 43 major awards, so Beyonce wins that. For touring, Beyonce has grossed more than $1 billion on her tours, and Rihanna has grossed more than 318 million. Plus, Beyonce is a much better performer, so Beyonce wins that. These two have perfected multiple genres: pop, R&B, EDM, hip-hop, and even country, to make a lasting impact in music history. Both are incredible. Both have changed the face of pop music. But the bigger artist, according to the numbers, is Beyonce.